Deputy President William Ruto yesterday dismissed reports of a falling out between him and President Uhuru Kenyatta. Ruto instead called on Jubilee supporters to allow the president to form his cabinet that will deliver on the Jubilee manifesto. Kenyans, more so Jubilee, should avoid useless political debates about positions, including 2022, and focus single-mindedly on delivering our manifesto voted for by the people while allowing the president the space to perform his constitutional duty to assemble the team for us, he tweeted. The DP issued the assurances as State House said that all is well between Uhuru and Ruto. Speaking to the Star on the phone, State House spokesman Manoah Esipisu dismissed reports that there is split between Uhuru and Ruto in the naming of the fresh cabinet. All is well between the president and deputy president. Those reports, about the split, are rumors and we don't comment on them, he said. A close ally of the deputy president downplayed the perceived divisions between Uhuru and Ruto, saying a number of those retained and the new faces are mostly Ruto's allies. You media need to understand one thing, if all was not well, Charles Skeeter, a close ally of the DP by all standards, would not have taken the position, Energy CS, again. I can assure you that there were consultations. Uhuru and Ruto are tight and good friends, the source said. Triangani MP Joshua Kutuni, immediate former political advisor at State House, said, had things been bad we the leaders from Rift Valley would have been the first to know. He said it was not a must for the DP to be present when the names were being unveiled to show that he and the president are one. The president and the DP are one, nothing to worry about. Media should avoid reading too much. It is not a constitutional requirement that the DP should be present when the cabinet is being named. From what we have gathered, there were consultations. There is nothing the president can do without involving the DP, he said. National Assembly Majority Leader Aden Duale dismissed reports Ruto and Uhuru are at loggerheads in the cabinet nominations. The Garissa Town MP said Jubilee members are united and rallying behind any decision Uhuru makes. We are one party, disciplined and firm behind our leader. In 2022 our preferred presidential candidate is William Ruto and Uhuru will be #1 campaign manager for his election, Duale said. He said those claiming that there is unease in Jubilee citing lack of consultation between Uhuru and Ruto in coming up with cabinet names live in the coalition government era. Each and everything the president will be doing this year and within 5 years, on top of implementing his key projects he will also be leaving behind a legacy of shaping the succession politics of Jubilee, Duale said. Making sure that Ruto succeeds him as Jubilee leader in 2022 is also part of his legacy projects. There is no worry and we are okay with every decision our party leader makes. He also dismissed reports that Baringo Senator and Kanu leader Gideon Wah is behind the reported unease in Jubilee, following claims that he has a hand in the cabinet nominations to position himself for the 2022 presidential transition race. Gideon Wah is a small man, he is just a senator. I am even more senior than Gideon in Kenyan politics. He cannot match Ruto, Duale said. Gideon should note that the roadmap and succession politics in Jubilee are very clear. Ruto is the preferred presidential candidate. You can take this to the bank. The president is today expected to send the 9 nominees to his second and last cabinet to Parliament to kickstart the vetting process. Duale said the list of the nominees will be brought before Parliament, saying that Uhuru will name the final list of nominees next week. It will take 14 days of public participation and scrutiny of the nominees before the Committee on Appointments starts the vetting. The House will then be recalled from recess to approve or reject the nominees, Duale said. The not more than 29-member Committee on Appointments, chaired by Speaker Justin Mutri, is tasked with vetting the presidential nominees. Uhuru on Friday announced the retention of 6 cabinet secretaries while nominating 3 new ones and nominating outgoing State House Controller Lawrence Leniapa as the ambassador to the Netherlands. Lenayapa will be vetted by the Committee on Defense and Foreign Relations chaired by Kajiado South MP Katuole Matito. Cabinet Secretaries Henry Radish, National Treasury, Fred Mashangai, Interior Ministry and Acting Education, Joe Mucheru, ICT, Charles Skeeter, Energy, James Makaria, Transport, and Najib Balila, Tourism, have been retained. 3 new faces to join Cabinet are Keriako Tabiko, outgoing Director of Public Prosecutions, Ukur Yetani, ex-Marsabit Governor, and John Muniz, former Turkana Senator. Uhuru did not disclose ministries they will be in charge of. The retention of 6 cabinet secretaries out of the current 20 has elicited mixed reactions, with some regions hailing the president while others are unhappy with the list. For instance, women's organizations such as the Federation of Women Lawyers, FITA, have expressed dissatisfaction with Uhuru for not retaining a single woman out of 5 in the cabinet. Jubilee lawmakers from some regions such as Western, an opposition stronghold, are also discontented with Uhuru for not retaining a CS from the region as they wait for him to unveil the whole list. Water CS Eugene Wamalwa and his environment counterpart Judy Wakungu are the only 2 ministers from the region. The Constitution allows the President to name up to 22 cabinet secretaries and Uhuru is left with 13 names to reach the maximum number. Majority Whip in the National Assembly and Mumia's East MP Benjamin Washili told The Star that Western expects at least 3 cabinet secretaries for Jubilee leaders and residents to feel part and parcel of Uhuru's government. We have stakes in this government. We sacrificed our positions running against Ford Kenya and ANC after dissolving New Ford Kenya and ditching UDF, which had a huge following in Western, Washili said. He added that they expect a big reward compared to the 2 CS slots given to Laya Nation in the previous cabinet because Western did not contribute much when URP and TNA formed the government. This time we contributed immensely to the formation of Jubilee and the legitimacy of the president. Anybody overlooking this will be unfair to us and an abuse to Western residents, he said. Meanwhile, Nyeri Town MP Ngunjiri Wambugu on Saturday posted on his Facebook page, "It's too early to discuss 2022 elections, but so that I don't look like I'm part of a herd, let me add my personal opinion, now that my brother Han MK has introduced the issue. As a Mount Kenya voter, my personal vote for president will go to the person who 1. Most clearly and dedicatedly will have committed themselves to ensuring President Kenyatta's legacy is delivered, established and secured, and especially during this, his second term. 2. Guarantees unconditionally to all Kenyans, but of course I am biased to especially those from Mount Kenya, that we can live and work anywhere in Kenya without fear that our political choices could mean death or destruction of property to us or our loved ones. 3. Promotes national unity, cohesion and integration, and has a plan to deliver socio-political and economic development for majority of Kenyans based on merit, and of course has shown that they respect the Constitution, support democracy and understand that national interest is supreme, in every engagement." Essentially what I'm saying is that whereas I agree with MK on some things, I disagree with others. Most importantly, in 2022 my vote will not depend on betrayal or paying debts, there's no such thing in politics. On Friday, NAS vowed that its members will not participate in the vetting or approval of Uhuru's cabinet nominees because the coalition maintains that it does not recognize his presidency. However, there is a rift in Musalia Mudavadi's ANC following the deputy party leader and Lugari MP Ayub Savila's recent sentiments that they will participate in the vetting. Savila warned that they would not allow the NASA leadership to dictate to them what they should do in parliament. ANC Secretary General Barack Muluka dismissed Savila and said his are personal opinions, not the party's position.